What's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to Sauce Sports TV, the second Sauce Sports channel for your Rockets and alternative Houston sports needs. But Sauce Sports is a Houston, Texas homer network. I mean, we're talking all sports, but only Houston. Yeah, I had to get that out. That was a nice burp, I ain't gonna lie. I know y'all heard that shit. So, let's talk about it, man. Game 6 coming up. Win or stay home, right? Technically, it's win or go home the next game. Right now, it's win or stay. I like this background. I wish I would have had this picture. A long time ago, it looked like I'm actually in the motherfucking stadium. I'm gonna be the one fan with the weather being fun. I'm gonna be the one fan in the Rockets arena. Oh, cheering. Go. I missed it. No bucket. So, I'm your host, Honcho. Thank you for joining me this evening, man. I'm hoping y'all are all having a wonderful, wonderful evening. And make sure everything is copacetic. The camera looks a little crazy. Missing my earpiece. All right, there we go. Thank you for joining me this evening. I know we had a little talk earlier. We discussed some things, but now the energy level is different. It's almost about that time, and let's see if we can do something like this. That's part of it too. Oh, I don't know. Fuck it, take it down. Should have had this pro. That's okay. All right, got a whole bunch of shit to take care of in the meantime. All right, there we go. So, Rockets, Golden State, another game. Everything's looking like it did last year. First shout out to Asmel, Rigo, Roman, and Jaja. 335 was the motherfucking deal. And it's looking like history repeats itself in a way. But again, here's what happens, okay? Rockets go on, they beat Golden State. Oh, no Kevin Durant, no Boogie. Oh, it was just so bad. Fuck both of them, right? I don't want to hear none of that shit. You got to be prepared for anything. This is the game. No excuse for the Rockets. Capella has to show up tonight. CP3 has to show up tonight. Because if they do not, you got to find ways to go ahead and get better pieces around James. James has carried this team pretty much throughout the playoffs. Maybe a game here and a game there, he wasn't so efficient. I see Jaja talking about, this will define what he's made of. I don't think so. I don't think so, and I think it's an unfair position to be in. And let me tell you why, right? Because Curry hasn't shown up 2 or 3 games this series, right? Durant showed up every game. Then what happened? He gets hurt. You have Clay hasn't shown up but a game. These guys are superstars, been on winning championship teams. Nobody's ever going to say anything about them. Harden has showed up every game in this series. If Harden has one bad game, which could be today, everybody's going to say he's a choker, he's a this, he's a that. Everybody's entitled to a bad game every few games, right? Man, K Sports, what's the motherfucking deal? Kent, what's the motherfucking deal? You know, it's up to Chris Paul to facilitate, to orchestrate, to designate, you know, on the court. Be that court general. It's just not the same CP3 that we saw last year. Like, I don't know, it seems like something is tentative, but the thing is, he has no choice but to give everything. Like, the Rockets have no choice but to give everything they have on the floor tonight. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even think Golden State is going to want it there. I think they're going to want to go back home and try to win it back at home. This is just my personal feeling. Like, yeah, if they feel like, if they get out early on, they feel like they can take it, they will. But I think if you come out and you punch them in the mouth, if you can do Golden State like you did the last, what was it, game 4, and jump out to that lead, they will not come back. They don't have a Durant. They don't have a Durant to carry them until Curry finally hits a shot. If you get Curry off rhythm early, if you can frustrate Clay, make him have to play defense, get him in foul trouble early, they don't have that Durant to carry him. They don't have that Durant to shoot over everybody. Now, they have Curry, who's still one of the best shooters of all time, if not considered by some the best shooter, until Nick starts shooting at his wife. Anyway, so you can't let him get going early. He's going to hit some shots. They might not be great. He's going to hit a shot or two during the game. I mean, it's going to happen. There's nothing that you can do with that. But the thing is, the Rockets role players, everybody besides James Harden needs to be great tonight. Because what I'm afraid of is this happening. James Harden played pretty much on par, maybe just slightly, maybe less minutes than Durant. You talk about usage and having to carry the team. Nobody has with the highest usage rates ever. Done it all season. 30 for 30 James. Like, we forgot about 30 for 30 James. We forgot about everything that James Harden has done this season to get the Rockets into this position right now. And so, if James does fuck off and have a bad night, yeah, the media's going to run with, see, you know, this is what happens. This is, you know, and it's unfortunate. But I don't want James to put so much on his plate that he tries to overexert himself and do everything. The role players. CP3 is a role player. Right now, Clint Capella's a role player. That's what they're playing like. They don't get paid like it, but that's what they're playing like. You know, they need to switch checks, game checks with Eric Gordon and PJ Tucker. You know, Austin Rivers. Give these guys their money. You know, look, hey man, we can break a little bread. Because these guys are playing like, I don't know, but it's disappointing. It's not a great look for the Rockets to continue to have James Harden having to carry such a heavy load, and these guys are getting paid nice sums of money to not show up or to not execute. Like, I'm gonna be honest, 11-6 is unacceptable from Chris Paul. It's like, it's unacceptable from Chris Paul. Anything less than 20 points is unacceptable. And I know, you know, part of those assists are Capella, you know, getting the easy lobs and stuff like that, and he's not executing, and I understand that. But still, even outside of that, getting points on his own, he needs to generate more. Right now, tonight is not the time for all the sissy, sassy, back-talking shit. You know, I guarantee the refs gonna be kind of picky, finicky with shit just because the NBA needs to make this a game. No Durant. They got to make it look like something. Wouldn't be surprised if the NBA wants to milk this to a game 7 because the revenue's probably going to decline after this, depending on whoever does what. You know, this is going to be the most watched series. It's the most important series. So the Rockets just got to come out and I mean, I want to say literally punch them in the mouth. Throw some dirty elbows. Play dirty like they did you initially. Run up under some of them shots like, fuck it, take a foul or two early on. Get them intimidated. Get them frustrated. Don't let them get in a rhythm. Minimize the fucking turnovers early. Like, that's when we usually end up taking them L's, is when the Rockets don't get a nice start and they just have too many early fucking turnovers, and that kills us. I mean, that puts us in a bad spot, and then you're climbing out of a fucking hole. You can't give Golden State any kind of leverage, any kind of advantage. And I know there's been times the Rockets had to come back, and we don't want to do all that. You know, all of the shit talk, all of the hard work that Daryl Morey has put in, it's almost single-handedly, I won't say single-handedly, maybe double-handed because it's two players. It's being undermined by Chris Paul and Clint Capella. Clint Capella getting, 6 points? Unacceptable. Double-digit rebounds, that's fine. That should be what it is. Like, that should be the norm. But 6 points? You said you wanted the Warriors. You said you got to beat the champ, all that good stuff. You've yet to even step on the floor. You've yet to show up. You've played the least amount of minutes probably out of anybody in this fucking series who's a starter. So you should be the freshest. Like, Pella's not even tired because he's not doing anything. 21 minutes, 26 minutes. That shit is unacceptable. This is the fucking playoffs. Like, when have you ever heard of such nonsense? Like, when have you ever heard of such nonsense? And the shit is, it's truly fucking frustrating. We got to be ready, man. Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. He was just I can't call him playoff Clint Capella. He's just series Clint Capella. He's one time versus the Jazz. You know what I'm saying? Fareed expected to play good. You know what I'm saying? Man, Clint Capella didn't get no role in Space Jam too. He looked like a Space Jam with that shit in his head. See, if he was a real G, he would have died that shit back before the game, went back to old Clint Capella, and then that would have been something. Instead, he got that little yellow patch of crust or whatever the fuck that shit is. And it's unacceptable, man. All this stuff is unacceptable. The hair is unacceptable. The play is unacceptable. The pay is unacceptable. This whole damn everybody but James Harden is unacceptable. Nah, it's cool. PJ Tucker but here's the thing: the role players have been generally good. I'm not even gonna complain about it. The guys coming off the bench have been decent enough to do what they need to do. We shouldn't have to rely on those guys. So you know why we have to rely on the bench so heavily? Because CP3 ain't cut it. Because Clint Capella ain't cut it. Like, PJ Tucker playing a lot of time at the 5. Should he be doing that? Maybe to combat the smaller lineup, yeah, but should he be doing that? Probably not. Fareed. Excited about Fareed having to play, and I'm not knocking. Fareed was a beast when he first joined the team. I'm not saying he's still not a beast. But Clint Capella's here and he's healthy now, right? No virus excuses. No, like, what is the fucking problem? Like, all I know is they got to do something. They got to do something. Yeah. Harden needs to go in there and say, look at my eye. Do you see my eye? Hit him with the pops. See my eye? Do you see my eye? Now let's ball. But House, you don't want to rely. I don't want to say you don't want to rely on House, but I forgot what that was. Personal reasons. Yeah, I do remember that. And his contribution could have been necessary. But here's the thing. Let's talk about that, though, the legacy of James Harden. And I'll open up the line here in a few. No matter what happens, no matter what James Harden does, he can ball out of his mind. He can drop 50. If the rest of the Rockets don't show up, it won't be good enough. And then the media will still say, well, James Harden didn't take the last shot even though he dropped 50 points and had a triple-double. He could have done more. Yeah. He doesn't deserve, you don't deserve that. I'm going to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't. And I hate to tell you what a man's worth is. You know your worth. Well, the Rockets were good. They got him good on the contract they got him on. Capella last year was better than Capella this year. Shit is unacceptable, man. It's a trash situation to be in. And the reason I'm talking shit, because usually when a nigga talk shit about motherfuckers, they start playing well. So I ain't giving no love tonight. You know, they gotta come through, man. If this is to be the clutch city, we are to push this to game 7, they gotta fucking come through. They have to fucking play. You know, I don't know, man. I'm not feeling down about the game or anything. Like, I really feel like the Rockets are gonna win. I'm not necessarily concerned with that. But just I'm disappointed. Even if the Rockets get the win and CP3 and Clint don't play well, you know, you're looking at this team and you know these guys are signed for the next few years. And say you do get a championship, cool, and it's worth it. You get a championship, fuck it, it's worth it. But if you fall short this year, you're looking at these guys, you're looking at Clint, well, he's a year older, you should get a little bit better. You're looking at James, he's a little bit older, but he should get, should still be pretty good. Maybe get a little bit better. Chris Paul is showing signs of decline. You know what I'm saying? Is Fareed a Muslim? Or are you just a racist? I need to know. Fareed is okay, that might be it then. You know, Ramadan, they be fasting all day. See, but Akeem did it. See, if you want to be a trio OG, you gotta be like Akeem, man. Akeem played, didn't eat all fucking day. Out there dehydrated and shit, still leaning on motherfuckers. But that's another story. That was another era. That's when motherfuckers were tougher. Now they would, well, we wouldn't recommend that you play. My doctor said I couldn't play because he wouldn't recommend it, so I'm gonna sit out this game. Hold on 1 second. All right. I ain't gonna lie, like right before the stream, I was eating a Subway wrap. Had a little piece of steak stuck in my teeth. It was bothering me. But let's open up the line, man. Let's open up the line. We'll talk about some things, but I'll give y'all some time to call in, express your thoughts. I don't know. I just, maybe I'm thinking too far ahead. I just need to focus one game at a time. Because, first let me put the number up and get the thing on. Because like I said, the Rockets got to win 2 games. Right now, it's been trending the home team wins their game. I'm confident the Rockets win tonight. Crowd or no crowd, Rockets going to win tonight. But when I'm thinking just, if they happen to fall short, is this a better team next year? Like, you have to think, is this really a better team now with CP3 being here another year, getting older, playing like he played now in the playoffs? But if they lose, I don't even think it's on MDA. Who do you go get? Who's going to emulate this style? I'm going to try to change everything and adapt to James Harden. I think James Harden is happy with D'Antoni. You got to figure out what you do with Chris Paul. You got to figure out how you bring a big in that can supplement consistently, because when they get older, Fareed, it'll be entertaining to see what they do with him. But you got to think how you can bring a big in who's going to supplement Capella and do what Capella can, because Capella's been playing soft. I ain't going to lie to you. But here's the deal. At least we got, well, CP3's missed significant time with both years. So we've gotten the whole season out of CP3 in 2 years. Still owe him a lot of money. And the thing about that is, again, if you don't solidify it this year, do you really think that the Rockets are fielding a better team next year? They got to go out and get better complementary players because you stuck with this shit. Ain't nobody gonna pick up this contract. Nobody's taking the CP3 contract. Nobody. Man, look, Zocheese ain't cutting it. All right. But let me put this number up. We'll take some calls, man. I want to know what's on your mind. I don't know. Maybe I'm still kind of down. I've been talking about that other story in the den and everything. With the little girl, and that shit been making me sad. And so maybe that's why I just don't have quite the vibrance, the energy that I need. All right, here we go. Maybe that's the reason why. Maybe that's why I'm not. Man, look. No, they gonna say CP3. Shit, motherfuckers gone. They gonna want Harden winning. We want Harden too. If we're taking CP3, we want Harden also. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling in on the Sauceline this evening? Roman, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind? How you feeling about these Rockets tonight, man?
Bro, man, be happy. Be happy, man. It's like we taking the dub tonight. Don't worry. Now, I'm not about to be on here going crazy and yelling because no. This is a game that we have to play. We have to play patiently. We have to play confident, and we have to play strategic and smart. Just because Durant is gone, let's don't get twisted. In the regular season, Durant was out one game when we played them, and they won. They beat us last, what was that? Today's Friday. They beat us, Wednesday with no KD. You know, even though that's towards the end of the game, but they still beat us. We really should have won that. But this is a game we got to play smart and just we got to play smart and strategic, like I said. This game is solely on two people. It is on Clint Capella and it's on Paul. Harden is going to do his job. Harden has played pretty consistent through this whole, especially this series with the Warriors. He played damn good, even with the eye. I have to give Harden credit. He has. Now, you know, he scored like 4 points in the fourth, but Harden's going to turn that around. I don't see him doing that again, especially with this game matters. I don't see him doing it again. We need Capella. I need Capella to be a big man. I feel like in this series, Capella hasn't been a big man. There's no way you're that tall in a team with the Warriors that's not really have a tall team. Let them get rebounds, and that's really not just a Capella issue. That's a whole team issue. In Game 4 and 3, we won on the 50-50 balls. We won on rebounds, and that's a big reason why we won the game. We got a lot of offensive rebounds, and we got all our defensive rebounds. And it seemed like so funny when we hit the Game 5, we went back to Game 1 and 2. Couldn't catch a rebound and save our lives. We can't do that. We have to get those 50-50 balls. So that means Tucker to play more intense, but he's been doing his job. But I'm really counting on Capella to do his job, to be the big man I know he is. Because when he gets those blocks, when he did that block against Iguodala, that's the big man we know is. When he had 3-4 blocks last year against Gobert, that was in the second round. That is Capella. That's the big man we need. And just to be consistent on shooting, but really, I know he can score. It's not about scoring on Capella. It is about playing defense with Capella. When Capella play defense, we good. Now, Paul has to be the leader. Paul has to be the general leader, especially when Harden's out, to give Harden rest. He has to be the one facilitating the ball, passing it to the right people, passing it to open balls, setting up screens. Well, you know, setting up looks for screens. Being there for the team. I mean, he has to be the one passing it, shooting good shots, getting to the foul line. He has to be the leader we know he is. They showed the statistic last season he was scoring 19 points. in the season against the Warriors. Now he's still on 14. We don't need that. We need that 19-point Chris.
And think about
We
that.
need
Think about what you just said. Because how close have these games been? I don't think anybody's won a
very.
game by more than 6
And
points.
you know what, Honcho? That's a good point. You got to think about it. We played shitty in game 1, 2, and 5. The Warriors played shitty in game 3 and 4. And every game, the total amount of points that every game has been the most is 6. 6. We lost them by 5 in Oracle when we didn't even play that hot. And Harden scored 4 points in the fourth, and we lost by 5. This shit shows you how good both of these teams are. How both of these teams can win the championship. How both of these teams can't push off one each other. The Rockets can't just destroy the Warriors, and the Warriors can't just destroy the Rockets. You know, but both of them can beat each other, and both of them can be smart to beat each other. We did in game 4, game 3 and 4. They did in game 1, 2, and 5. So all we gotta do, like that, is play smart, play strategic. Because I know Tucker's gonna come out and do his job. I know Green is. I know Austin is. Austin's been playing amazing in this series. Harden's gonna do his job, and yeah. And I don't know what's going on for Fareed, but we need Fareed. I don't know if he's injured. I don't know what's wrong. I haven't seen him.
No, he was out for personal reasons. He was on the Ramadan.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he was out for Ramadan, but he was out for personal reasons.
Oh, I know he's Muslim, so I believe you. But what was I about to say? Well, let's hope he comes back to that. I got a feeling he will, and because he's not as tall as Capella, but he's that power that we need. We in that intensity and that energy. We give that. Man, this game's a win. So let me get my score prediction for. I'm going a little long. Okay, my motherfucking words, man. I can see Paul and Capella turning it around. I can see them in their head start to realize this is a win to go home situation. Everybody's been talking about us two stepping up, and I feel like they will step up. I feel like the team will be consistent from the 3. I can see Harden having a good game. I can't name scores, but like points. But I can say everybody doing consistent. I can see us winning this and forcing game 7. Now my score, I'm gonna go. This is gonna be a little high one. I can see this going 117, 115. It's gonna be close. Every one of these games is close. And I feel this is gonna be another one. But I feel like the Warriors seem like they know everybody's kind of doubting them without Durant. Feel like they can't win, so they gonna try to prove themselves too. But I feel like we're gonna play harder. So that's my call, man. I'm gonna watch the game. Let's go Rockets, man. I'll be in the den that team.
Already, man. Appreciate the call.
Man, anytime.
All right. Yeah, I mean that's a legitimate reason why they may come out and try to definitely play tough. You know, they want to prove that hey, you know, we still the Warriors with or without Durant. You know, Durant gonna leave to let y'all know we still got the fight in us. You know, Durant being unavailable may be the glue that keeps that foundation together. Fuck. Like I say, man, it's just it's a whole lot going on with this whole deal. You know what I'm saying? I need Capella to step it up. You know what I'm saying? I need Capella to step it up. I really need Capella to step it up. Chris Paul has to step it up because he's been playing like I said, a guy coming off the bench. We've done better keeping Lou Williams. Let him just come off the bench, you know what I'm saying? And score. Because right now, I mean, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, what are we really getting? What are we really getting for fucking CP3? You know, it's questionable at best. I mean, the whole situation is just, it's unfortunate, man. But like Roman had said, you know, started off giving you 19 last year, averaging 14 this year. I don't think he's had a 20-point game in the series. You gotta have somebody. He might have. I think I might be lying. No, I know that was Gordon that went on. bad situation to be in, bro. No, that's not what I want to talk about. Oh, that's craziness. But you know, I'm just concerned long term. I guess this thought is, there's so many implications on this game, and let me tell you what. One of them being, you got a couple of big names that are going to be moving around next year. Now, the league, the talent will be a bit more spread out. It won't be as just dominant with the Warriors, but you're going to have more challengers who can compete when that happens. So that means the Rockets being that only team who could really upset the Warriors, being that only dominant team, is that's going to dissipate. You're going to have other teams that are good enough to challenge the Rockets. You're going to have other teams that are good enough to challenge the Warriors too. So again, like I said, I don't know, man. We gotta do something. Like I say, CP3 has to pay dividends, because if he stinks it up this game, what do you do with that kind of? What do you do, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do? So much money for subpar production. Like, you get that kind of production from a guy who's getting a third of what CP3 is getting. I'm gonna be honest with you. And it's just like, I'm concerned, man. I really am. I'm concerned with the long-term situation of the Rockets, because this is as close as you're gonna get. Last year might have been the closest you could have got to going to the finals. This year, because it just feels like it, because it's Golden State. This ain't even the Western Conference Finals, man. So CP3 has to get through this series and the next. I don't think we necessarily need him for the next series, but I think we need him for now. And he's gonna have to play with everything he has. He's gonna do none of that tentative shit, and nothing trying to protect the hammy or anything like that. It's tough, man. It's real tough. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling in on the Sauceline this evening? Hello.
What up?
What's happening? What's the motherfucking deal?
What's good, Honcho? It's Wink.
Already, Wink. What's on your mind, man? How you feeling about this game tonight, man?
Man, if these niggas don't win the series or the finals, they deserve, like, every fucking thing that people been saying about them in the media. This stigma will not go away, because true enough, here you got 4 All-Stars, was down to 3 All-Stars now, and Iguodala, because he's still a problem. He's still a problem on the boards. He's still a problem in mid-range. He can hit shots when he's open. And his rebounding and defense is still going to be paramount in the season. I think hard enough somebody can get him in the foul trouble. But Tucker is going to be – Harden's going to do what he has to do. But I feel like Tucker, his production increases vastly now that KD isn't in the game. He's going to be more.
I don't know what happened there. I'm waiting for the call back. All right, how about this, man? While we waiting for him to call back. Okay, here we go. What's the motherfucking deal?
Yeah, it's me. I fucking hit a button by mistake.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Tucker's gonna end up having to step his game up exponentially. Like, it's not a question of what he's gonna be able to do to these other guys. He held his own against KD, but KD is KD. KD being out, if you don't win the finals, and you let the Greek Freak and all of these other guys, people are never going to lay this down. People are not going to give Harden and the Rockets no respect. I mean, Golden State is still going to be a tough matchup.
Yeah.
We still got 3 All-Stars we got to play. So to act like, I mean, because let's just face it, these same All-Stars won a championship before KD even got there.
Exactly.
And they had one of the greatest records of all time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and they had one of the greatest records, and they was able to get, 72, 73 wins
73 and 9.
before KD.
Yeah, the best
You
record.
know what I'm saying?
The best record. And then brought that bitch KD along after they got that bitch. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the way Steph and Clay were shooting at the end of that game, that last game concerns me.
Yeah.
Because these dudes was taking way too many damn threes. Fuck that. Get to the mid-range, bro. Like, every time y'all taking mid-range shots, especially a guy like Shumpert, I noticed, like, when he was taking his mid-range shots, more often than not, he was hitting them hoes. You know what I'm saying? And Nene has to get more playing time. If you need to play Nene and Capella to maximize the board, do that. It's no reason. I mean, why not? Why not? Do what you got to do to do what you got to do to win.
But I feel what you're saying, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's not a risk or anything like that involved because, but Capella has not really been good this series. Yeah, I know he was asking for it, and we're like, yeah, he wants to smoke. Yeah, we want to hear all that shit. But at the end of the day, he been getting smoked out, bro. And his playing time has been cut down drastically over the last couple of games because he's been. I mean, let's just face it, bro. He's been a liability when he's been in the game. I know he has to play. I mean, I want him to catch some traction, but the fact that KD isn't in the game right now should give him all the confidence in the world because let's just face it, like a guy like KD could dominate Capella on the boards if he really wanted to. You know,
I got a question for you. Say the Rockets win tonight and they win this series. Does Capella, if he does not have a single game this series, does he still gotta kind of get shitted on for what he said the series before, talking about he wants the Warriors, bring on the Warriors, but if he has a completely
I mean, he personally didn't. I mean, people are he's gonna suffer some scrutiny because he hasn't played up to snuff. He's gonna have to close. He's gonna have to be a pivotal reason as to why this team closes out a game or wins the finals. I think all will be forgiven if he does that. If he does that, if he comes, but I don't see anybody else besides the Warriors giving him the problems. You know that. I just don't see any of the team besides them. The Warriors are just a different team, and it sucks that this had to be the second team in the second round of the playoffs that we had to play because everybody knows, for the most part, whatever team wins this, nobody is saying that Milwaukee's winning. No one is saying that. Nobody. Not Max Kellerman, not anybody. I haven't heard not one person say, the Bucks is winning.
I think Barkley said it. I think Barkley said Portland going to the finals.
Well, who the fuck is he? I mean, he's a loser.
I mean, Barkley said Portland going to the finals and they're going to lose to the Bucks. I think he said that shit.
Yeah, man, just what the hell he doesn't even know. He's not even a winner. So, I mean, so how in the hell is how's a loser like Charles Barkley going to sit here and discuss winning? He's on a panel with nothing but winners, and they always shit on him and let you, bro. You never got to the big game, Chuck. Like, bro, it's a reason because you wasn't all that cold, bro. I mean, yeah, you was all right with the Sixers, you was good with the Suns, but nigga, you wasn't like the greatest at nothing.
The round mound of rebound.
Yeah, like come on, bro. I just think of so many dudes in any facet of the game who's better than you. Yeah. You know, but hopefully these boys pull it out tonight, man. And we're just going to have to wait and see what shit. I'm going to get you a little later on, bro.
What you mark my motherfucking words, man? What you got on your mark my motherfucking words in the score prediction?
Man, we win the game. I don't have nothing else to say other really than that. We win the game. I mean, I don't. Yeah, no, I can't because these dudes scare me when they start playing the game that we know that they can play, but if they don't capitalize on it, because when they look bad, they look really bad. And you know, seeing how they was just giving up shots and how the Warriors got hot your last game, you know, it is what it is. But I'm gonna get it to you a little later on, bro. I'm hungry. I'm finna smash this salad right now.
As a BET man, I appreciate the call, man.
Already.
All right. Yeah, everybody watching tonight. This the game to watch tonight. We got about 2-3 minutes before we go, so we'll make it the last call. But we gonna let's get some mark my motherfucking words, man. Let's get some score predictions. I want to know what's on y'all mind, what y'all thinking. I see Beast Mode saying, damn, okay, saying the first blowout of the series, right? Okay. Beast Mode say 120 to 9-7 H time already. I don't know, man. Like I say, it's. I guess I got to come up with a prediction, and I think that the game is going to be 20-20. Okay. I'll believe it when I see it, man. Capella said, I heard you punk ass niggas on the sauce talking about me and my little blonde streak, you know, and you called it a piece of crust. I'll show you the crust. Knock the crust off the rim. You don't know nothing about style. You got no sauce. You got no swag. I'm gonna turn Bogut into a donuts. But yeah, man, that's what's actually pretty interesting though, is because what you're gonna have with that is Warriors started to play a lot because the bench ain't really giving them nothing, and so you're going. I mean, there's no excuse for the Rockets not to take advantage. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna give my mark my motherfucking words, man. Let's say 113 to 108. That's close to what I was thinking. Now I gotta change it. I'm gonna say my score prediction is going to be Rockets 118 to the Warriors 113. Still 5-point game. Keep it around that vicinity for just about 4, 5, 6 points, somewhere in that range. Mark my motherfucking words. James Harden goes off. He's not playing no fucking games. He's not being hesitant. He's not being tentative. He drops 50 points. He drops 9 assists because Capella is going to take advantage of Bogut. And he's going to have 7 rebounds. So 59-7 for Harden. That's my mark, my motherfucking words. Capella will have a better game. I say Capella will end up having, this isn't really an outrageous mark, my motherfucking word, but I'm going to say he has 18 and 15 rebounds. I think Chris Paul is going to disappoint us. But I'm not even saying disappointed, but I think Chris Paul is going to be what he's been throughout the series. I think he's going to cause though a crucial turnover on Steph Curry late in the game, in the last 4 minutes of the game. That's what I'm giving CP3. Last 4 minutes of the game, critical turnover, so the Rockets can kind of pull ahead. Let's see. I see Wise Man say 47 from Harden. I see 24 threes already. I see they play their game on Sunday if they win. Excellent. You know what game I'm not looking forward to? I am not looking forward to that fucking Texans-Jags game. At all, man. You gotta get up early as hell to pregame. Look, it might not be no pregame show. That's early. It's not. I mean, not that it's early as hell, but you know, having to get up early, you know, having time to make sure everything's prepared for that. I probably gotta get like up at 5. You know what I'm saying? So I can make sure I do my daily routine, then get ready, have an hour or so, you know, before the stream, have all that ready, and man, fuck that. But we're gonna go back hard on the streams this year. Rockets 124, 109. I see 108, 106 Rockets. Shump God, okay. 18, got you. All right, man. Oh, Beast Mode said 45 for Harden. All right. Well, here is the deal. You know, they ain't gonna let him play anyway. It's about that time, so let me get up out of here. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for tuning in. I apologize for the lackluster energy. It just wasn't really as energetic as I should be, but we'll be back at it. No post game, but we will be in the DN at 10. I don't know what we're talking about. We'll figure it out. But hey, let's go Rockets. Red Nation, run it back. Got to take this game 6. It's win or stay home, man. Let's go Rockets.